Shalom, Yashua. I want to give infinite honors to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, Hashem, and Karkodash. I want to give double honors to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation to my fellow ladies in the house, the true cross of four winds. I came across this clip about this goddamn devil, Ronald Reagan. And it's a clip that they recorded of him calling Africans monkeys, but we all know that they look at us as Africans and we are Israelites. In contrast to popular belief, you so-called Negroes here in America are the true children of Israel of antiquity. But through philosophy and this wicked ass educational system, they have our people thinking they're Africans. And this guy is shown, and you got to look at clips like this because this guy here is shown saying how he really feels about so-called black people. And look at him. When he was on camera, when he was before the cameras, he was all about American patriotism. He was saying he loved everybody. Everybody's American. It don't matter what color or creed you are. If you're an American, you're treated equal. He talk all that bullshit, all right? But deep down, war is in his heart. When he's not in front of the limelight within the confines of his own, he called our people monkeys, degenerates, wetbacks, okay? So you have to look liken what you see from this clip to all so-called white people, all Edomites, all right? It's not one good Edomite. This guy here used to flash himself as an angel of light, all right? He didn't get on camera in front of everybody saying nigger this and nigger that, all right? He was always talking about equality, okay? Everybody gets a fair shake, that bullshit, all right? And that's what our people don't understand about that word devil. They are so taken up with the society meaning of devil, all right? The true meaning of devil comes from the Latin, the word diablos, and it means deceiver, all right? A deceiver makes you think that they're good, all right? He don't want you thinking he racist. These presidents don't want you thinking that they're racist. All right, Donald Trump is the most honest president that's been on the earth since my tenure on earth. All right, he's the most honest, because them Kennedys was devils, man. Them Kennedys didn't give a fuck about you niggas. All right, but when you look at this clip, man, check them out, man. Listen to how they're making sport and making myrrh out of ridiculing our people, likening us to monkeys, man. So I'm about to play this clip and bring out some precepts, man. Hey, what he did say was funny though. But that's for real Hamites. That's for real Hamites though. But he's liking us so-called Negroes as Hamites. He say, because you can barely hear it. I got headphones in my ear so I can hear it good. But before I put the headphones in, the clarity on the audio wasn't that good. That devil said those monkeys from the African countries. He said they not even comfortable putting on shoes. I'm gonna play it again. That is funny. Because the Africans, the Hamites like to run around naked, but that wasn't our people. We were fully clothed. Our laws tell us to be fully clothed and don't look upon each other's nakedness, man. Well, those were those Hamites running around the jungles of Ham, ass naked with bones in their nose and bananas coming out their ass. That wasn't the sons of Yasharala, even the ones that had converted to Islam in Timbuktu, those Israelites, all throughout the western coast of Africa and southwestern coast of Africa. Man, we were fully clothed, man. We was never running around naked. That goes against our laws, man. And that's what your common so-called white person do when they're within the confines of their home The ones you're at work with, brushing shoulders with at work. The ones you brush shoulders with at the gas station. The ones that smile in your face and say, hey, how you doing? Do you need a bottle of water? Do you need any Grey Poupon? Those white people that you say are not racist. Oh, Billy has the job. He's a good white man. These are the conversations they have behind closed doors about our people, man. All right? Like a hyena and a lion are natural born enemies from birth. Hebrew Edomites and Hebrew Israelites are natural born enemies from the belly. All right? Let me get this. Genesis 27, might be 25. All right? It's 25. All right? Let me get Genesis 25 around, here we go, 22. Genesis 25 and 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? So this is Rebecca, while she was pregnant. And while she was pregnant, she was like, she had a hard pregnancy because inside of the womb, Jacob and Esau were battling each other, twins, at birth. All right? And they were fighting in the womb, man. They were battling in the womb. Okay? And she went to inquire of Yahweh Shemal Shai. All right? And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. 2 manner of people shall be separated from their bowels. All right, see, and that's the Most High. He put that vibration between us. He put that great gulf fix between us. Okay? He said we are to be separate from so-called white people, Hebrew Edomites. We are not supposed to synchronize with them, okay? And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And you can see that, man, when you just look at sports and just look at society, it's evident who's the stronger out of the two. All right? It's us Israelites, man. All right? The only reason they're lording over us and we're in a position of servitude to them is because we transgress Yahweh Shemal Shai's laws, man. And the Most High is using them as a whipping stick to discipline us, man. But yes, we were never meant to dwell together in unity. All right? That's why this place, modern day Babylon, and where Babylon means confusion, man. We're not supposed to give our sons and daughters to them into marriage. That's madness. All right? And when it says 2 manner of people, man, look, they like eating their steak bloody red. We like eating ours well done. They like having, the men like having sex with little boys and each other. Jake, for the most part, before he came over here and got polluted, we only dealt with women for the most part, man. Okay? We like to have multiple women. All right? It's 2 manner of people, man. What gets them off don't get us off, and what gets us off don't get them off. All right? They are our natural born enemies. All right? And I'll bring out this scripture. This is Psalms 36. I'm going to start around the 2nd verse. Start at the top. Salaki. Psalms 36 and 1. A psalm of David, the servant of Yahweh. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart, that there is no fear of Yahweh before his eyes. And look, they have us in captivity. All right? Our law says if a man stealeth a man and he get caught with him in his possession, he shall surely be put to death. But they don't have fear of Yahweh's laws. All right? They don't fear that. Okay? Because we are stolen people. We are a stolen nation. We were stolen from the southern coast of Africa and Spain, man. And Europe, man. Okay? And we were brought here to the shores of America and the West Indian Islands by our enemies. All right? For he flattereth himself in his own eyes, until his inequity be found to be hateful. See, President Reagan, when you look at all his speeches, when he get in front of the masses on the tube, he's flattering people. All right, he's not saying what he truly believe about the Negroes in America and the Native American and the Latin speaking people of the earth. He's flattering our people and they fall for it, man. All right, but they just brought out this clip, and his iniquity be found to be hateful. You just see how he truly felt about you. He feel that we're monkeys that hate wearing shoes. That part was funny, man. Them Hamites don't like wearing shoes, and they just like being ass naked, man. They don't like wearing sandal shoes or nothing. All right, verse 3: the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. All right, so you got to learn your enemy. You got to know thine enemy, man. Your enemy is all about deceit, man. He used wicked devices to beguile you. All right, he's crafty. All right, so you can't be deceived by his smiles and his so-called good gestures. All right, he have left off to be wise and to do good. He devises mischief upon his bed. And see, the government has devised mischief on their bed. It's all by design that, according to them, we're like 4% of the nation, but yet we're 90-some% of the prison house, of the prison industrial complex. That's all by design, man. Okay, that's a mischief that he's devised. The government, the federal government, the prison incarceration is $1 billion business. So they need us in the hoods to populate their prisons so they can get paid, get free labor, so on and so forth, man. All right, and the presidents are all in on it, man. They get paid off of their enterprise, man. They don't give two shits about you niggas. All right. He set of himself in a way that is not good, but the way he set of himself up, he really hates you, but he makes himself look like he don't hate you. All right, he talks about giving jobs, putting schools in the hood. All right, putting organizations in the hood that he knows is gonna fail, that he knows not gonna work. Okay. Let's say he built a library in the neighborhood. The library, he knows that those philosophies and things in the library are against the Most High's word. He know that's not going to help us or uplift us. He know his educational system is not going to get us out of this lower state. He knows what brings us out of this lower state, which is the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shema Shine, these scriptures, sound doctrine. He knows what to bring us out of these dire straits that we're in. He's not going to give you the truth. He's going to give you his books, his philosophy. All right, which is death. He abhorreth not evil. Okay, and he can't commit evil. The Most High didn't give him the law. What he does as evil is when he attacks the apple of the Most High's eye. He forwarded the affliction of the Israelites, man. He went overboard than what the Most High wanted him to do. Okay? Let me go over about 20 chapters. All right? This is Isaiah 55 and 21, a common scripture. But it shows the spirit. It shows, that's why you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latin-speaking people of the earth, all right, you true children of Israel of antiquity, you have to learn your enemy. You got to know his personality traits, his character traits. All right, you got to know the spirit that dwells upon him. There's no good thing that lies in him. All right, this guy is a brute beast. All right, he's wicked and he breathes wickedness. He can't go to sleep unless he's done some type of mischief. You have to go in these scriptures and find out his personality, man. All right. This is Psalms 55 and 20. He putteth forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. So-called, the tribe of Gad, the Native Americans were at peace with him. When he came here to the shores of America, they didn't attack him. The Taino Indians on the West Indian Islands, when he came to those islands, Columbus and Diego Colombo, his son, them, when they came over here to those West Indian Islands, the indigenous people did not attack him. They didn't try to kill them. Okay, they were at peace with him. He have broken his covenant. He made several treaties with the Native Americans and broke each one of them. The Native Americans were foolish, man. And like our people are foolish to this day. They are beguiled by his smiles. They are beguiled by his so-called gifts that he bring. A gift destroys the heart. Section 8, government assistance, all that bullshit, man. He don't give a fuck about you. He know that cripples you. He know that keeps you dependent on him. All right? The word of his mouth are smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. His words were softer than oil, but yet were drawn swords. All right? He comes smiling. He comes saluting you. All right? That's how the devil come. He come bearing gifts. All right? But deep down, he wants to throw you in a ditch. Deep down, he wants to overtake you. Deep down, he wants to take what belongs to you. He wants to bind up the strong man and tie him up and then spoil him, man. This is how this devil gets down, man. All right? I should have stayed in Psalms. King David hated the Edomites, man. He hated the so-called white man. I got another one over there. This is Psalms 10. I'm going to start around 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. That's what he do. He comes up with wicked devices, man. You can never trust him. And whatever device he brings, he's going to come. He's not going to come like an enemy with a sword drawn. He's not going to come letting you know with his teeth showing that he wants to take you down. He's going to come to you talking about diplomacy. Hey, let's sit down. Let's talk. Hey, how you doing, John? How you doing, John? How's it going, man? How's the kids? He's going to come to you deceitful, man. All right? That's how he gets down. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. All right? The Most High is liking him to a predator, man. A snake, a viper. In the Garden of Eden, he was the Most High say he was more subtle than all of the beasts of the field. A snake is a subtle, crafty hunter, man. His body is weak, but yet his venom that comes from his fangs are deadly. Okay, and that's the so-called white man. All right, he's weak, degenerate. He's physically weak. All right, he's mentally weak. All right, but the Most High has given him the authority in these last days. All right? In the secret places do he murder the innocent. The innocent is the elect of Yasharallah. People that have not came against him, people that have not done him nothing. All right? Even when we go to secular history, he went down to the Aboriginals down in Australia and slaughtered them and took their land, the British. Okay? He went through all the kingdoms of the earth, usurping authority over them, annihilating their people, bombing their people. All right? Putting down straits on the peoples of the earth, man. All right? Preferably, you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latin-speaking people of the earth. He did y'all the worst. The Incas, the Mayans, who are Israelites, the Aztecs, all right? The Native American, the Gadites, the Seminole Indians down there in Florida. All of you Israelites, man. Andrew Jackson came down there and just straight subdued y'all and did everything unseemly to y'all, man. Okay? This American army. This is what subdued our brothers, the Native Americans, man. And you got niggas joining this shit, man. Okay? All right? His eyes are probably set against the poor. Why is Reagan calling us monkeys? We poor. We're degenerates. Why he so worried about us? He know we the only ones that are against him that could take him down. He laugh and wait in the secretly as a lion in his den. He laugh and wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draw him in his net. And the way he's caught us is look at the society, man. He's at the top, we're at the bottom. He's lording over us. The majority of our men are in the prison house, man. All right? Our people are slaves, and he's fucked their minds so fucked up that they don't even think they're slaves. They think they're free. They think they have liberty. They don't realize that they can't live according to laws. They can't do anything according to their own power. They have to do things according to his laws that he put on us, through his parameters. He has parameters on us. If we was living according to our laws and had liberty, you have true liberty when you can live according to your laws. All right? In the kingdom of heaven, a homosexual would not run rampant. He would not have liberty. he will be put to death. But if you do that in his society and don't conform to his laws, he's going to throw you in a dungeon and kill you. So that illusion of being free, that illusion of being free is smoke and mirrors, man. That's all it is. You're not free. You're an exiled captive that has been colonized. All right? He crouches himself and humbles himself as the poor may fall by the strong ones. That's what he do. He comes like he's humble, like he's meek. And we always bring out this analogy, man. This is the spirit of the so-called white man. He'll put a house on fire and then come in the back door like he's trying to save you, to make himself a hero, but he's the one that caused the fire. That's the so-called white man in a nutshell, man. All right? He have said in his heart, Yahweh have forgotten. He have hidden his place, and he would never see it. And that's how the Most High got him in a trick bag, man. Because sentence, when you read the book of Ecclesiastes, it says, because sentence on a wicked work, judgment on a wicked work is not carried away speedily. The sons of men's heart is intent on doing wickedly. All right? A day is as a thousand years to Yahweh. So he's living out these little years and shit, and he think it's long and the Most High has forgot, but it's only one day to the Most High. One fucking day. 124-hour span to the Most High. All right? So he's going to reap what he's sown, man. All right? And I'm going to leave off this precept. So I read 12. I'm going to go down the wrong. I'm going to go to verse 10. Sirach 12 and 10. Also called the Ecclesiasticus. Never trust thine enemy. So before you can't trust your enemy, you know how to know who your enemy are. Your enemies are the Hebrew, Edomites, and the other nations, and 2/3 of our people that don't get with this doctrine. Okay? But our arch nemesis is the so-called white man, who you know as Caucasians, Anglo-Saxons. They're the devil the Bible speak of. They are the anti-Mashiach, the Antichrist. All right? That nation of people. Those are our enemies. All right? Those are the sons and daughters of perdition. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Like you could cover rust up, all right? Put some paint over it. Guess what? Eventually, that rust is going to show itself again. It's going to come back up. Okay? That's the wickedness of the white man. You can hide it and try to keep it out of sight, but it's always going to flare up. You're always going to see it. Though he humble himself, and see the Most High through the Spirit shows you how this devil gets down, man. Though he humbles himself, though he come like he's meek, mild, and humble, and go crouching, yet take heed of him and beware of him. Never trust this devil, man. When you're on a job, never trust him. When you're going by the way, never trust him, man. When you see an Edomite in your area, man, watch him. Keep an eye on that motherfucker, man. And just like when you see if you see a cobra and he's in your vicinity, you never gonna take your eye off him. The Most High liken him to a serpent. That's how you're supposed to look at the so-called white man. If you see a cobra in your area, you're gonna keep your eye on him. You don't want him to get out your way because you want to know where he is at all times. That's how you need to deal with the so-called white man. And thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass. All right, and that's how we are. We know when you know his spirit, and when you know you never trust him. You it's like a looking glass. When that bitch fogged up, you wipe that shit off and you can look straight at him, man. And those are the ones he hate. Those are the ones he want to kill. The ones that he see really know him, that know how he get down. All right? And thou shalt know that his rust have never been altogether wiped away. And that's what we try to teach our people. Just because you can work in society on the side of them, they at your jobs, you go to barbecues and picnics with them, so on and so forth. They buy you Christmas presents. They buy you birthday gifts. All right, that rust is still there. It's laying dormant for a little season. It's still there. They hate your guts. When they're not around you, they doing what President Reagan was doing. He talking to his boys, shooting the shit, saying them fucking monkeys, man. That's how they look at us. So with that, I'm going to give infinite honors to Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah Bashim Karkadash. And give double honors to the teachers, our apostles, a great millstone, and salutation to my fellow laborers in your house, Kwam Yasharala, Ba Ba Ba.